briefing the member states at the conference on disarmament and on artificial intelligence and weapons of mass destruction. And the message conveyed at the end was what you mentioned earlier. We need to break silos because that is very dangerous these days to have people not able to see the big picture. I just wanted to comment on libertarian and liberalism. If you think back in the early 90s when internet emerged, think about how it was perceived. It was perceived as this platform where freedom, total freedom, would be possible, where anyone will be able to benefit from it. Look at where we are 28 years later. This is one of the most oligopolistic markets that is out there, because you have first mover advantage or second mover advantage. Maybe if the first one fails, then you learn from its failure and you move in. And they are in a position, this company is in a position that if they have a competitor, what they do, they either set up an internal team to compete with this company, or they buy this company. What they have that you don't have are data. They have the data. Even though you have a fantastic algorithm, you don't have data, and therefore it's very difficult for you to compete. So the point I'm making here is that there was this idea in liberalism, coming from Smith and Ricardo, of this invisible hand that the market will regulate itself. Well, that's not really the case. And so in terms of freedom, we have to be careful. If you look at the behavior that we're witnessing on the internet, trolls, for instance, when you leave people behind a desk commenting on articles, look at the tabloids and you look at the comments, the violence that is displayed in the comments. This is a consequence of total freedom. 2 years ago, I think, Microsoft released a bot called Ty, and basically Ty was fed by comments from people on the internet. They had to switch off Ty less than 24 hours after they put it on, because it had become the most racist and all the bad things you can think of robots in the world. So I think we have to be careful. We have to be careful in terms of this simple thinking that freedom is the answer to everything, because now we have to put safeguards. And again, what we're doing, we are shifting the responsibility of governance from the state to companies. So nowadays, what you have, if you have a picture of a nipple on Facebook, you will be blacklisted. But Facebook is currently being used in Myanmar to actually track and kill Rohingyas. And basically here you have these double standards, and where is the accountability? So I think that we have to be really careful in terms of where are we giving power to. When a guy like Jeff Bezos now has a wealth that is estimated at 45 or 50 billion?
Yeah.
Think about that. This guy has more money than most states in the world. What does it say in terms of accountability and governance? So we move from this old liberal system to a predatory liberal system where companies have to please the shareholders. And that has led to massive problems in terms, for instance, of global warming, in terms of pollution. We know that it's not sustainable the way we're doing it, but because the short-term interest is much stronger than your long-term loss, it's impossible to get out of this cycle. So we need to think about this issue at the global level, and not just states. We need to integrate the civil society. That's very important.